Hey, what's up everybody? It's Carpo. I wanted to talk for a minute about spirit science. I actually have been wanting to do this for a while, or not wanting to, but rather it's been in the back of my mind, and a couple times I thought about making a video explaining my views on spirit science, but I never quite really had any views on it. For those of you who aren't aware of the spirit science series, you might want to just watch them first before you watch this video, because you might not understand what I'm talking about at all. Spirit Science was it's a series that's put together by, I can't remember the guy's name, but it's an animated series where they talk about where humans came from, how to raise our vibrational levels, all these different things, frequencies, sacred geometry, mathematics, binary code, all kinds of different things. It's kind of spirit science. And it's broken down into many different categories. I mean, there have been some parts that are about the ancient Atlanteans. There have been some parts about these Lemurians and Atlanteans, which, I don't know what to think of that. But anyway, my point for making this video is I'm not bashing spirit science. I actually am very fond of the series. I've learned a lot from it. In fact, the one I was watching today, I watched it again because I hadn't watched the full show in a while. And I remember they were talking about sacred geometry and how you can read about it all your life and never get it until you start drawing the pictures. And that resonated with me strongly because I do draw sacred geometry using compass and squares, and have found some very interesting, simple correlations. So I could understand that. If you were to take that metaphorically and apply it to daily life, that's how I see everything. You can sit and talk about something all day long, but until you've actually experienced it and tried to apply it, it's really just an idea. And ideas are intended to become substance, so it's, at least a lot of them are. So, I just wanted to say, I've been watching this thing from afar with the spirit science. There's been like two different sides. There's the ones that believe it wholeheartedly, and there's the ones who have been totally bashing it, saying, you have to back up your work with science and with evidence and to have conclusions and proof, and you can't be the only one doing the science. That's the problem. And this is where we run into problems a lot with disagreements on the world around us, where we come from, where we're going. It's because each person confirms something in their own life that it's very difficult to confirm with others. But when you're talking about something like spirit science, it becomes very important to stick to ideas that we can actually prove. And that's why I wanted to mention that, so much of it resonates with me. And every once in a while, you run across one bit of information that just spoils the whole thing, that just sounds just too out of place. In fact, in the video itself, they have a metaphor for this situation, and it's called the poop sandwich. It just popped into my head. So even within spirit science, they say go do your own homework, do your own research. So that's where I give them props. They say this is what we found. Don't believe me wholeheartedly. Do your own homework. That's how it should be with everything. But not all of us can do all the experiments, so we're kind of at the mercy of people who bring all this information together for us. And the poop sandwich idea is that no matter how nice you make a sandwich, you can make it delicious and add all the toppings and every trimming and all your very favorite foods. If somebody flips one piece of poop on there, one little piece of poop, are you going to eat that sandwich? No, it spoils it, ruins the whole thing. And that's how information is. Let me lend the Bible as a metaphor. That happens a lot. A person might believe because they think a lot of things in the Bible have happened. I'm not bashing religion here. It's just a metaphor. They may believe because they see so much truth that resonates with them in it, but then find one part that doesn't quite fit. And as humans, rather than to analyze that and figure it out, we tend to just kind of omit it. And we do that with everything. Science is horrible about this. If science finds something that they can't really explain or prove, rather than to say we don't know, they just ignore it. It's funny because I watched an interview earlier with, it's about Cosmos, that new show that's out. And it's kind of like the new version of the Carl Sagan Cosmos. And one of the producers is Seth MacFarlane, who does Family Guy and American Dad and stuff. And they were disputing not disputing, discussing with a man about Noah's Ark and the Bible and various things about biblical lore. And Seth said something that it was perfect. He says, why is it considered, what's the word I'm looking for? I hate it when I forget a word. Why is it considered bad to just say, I don't know? You know, why has that become such a bad word? You know, like we can't just admit that we don't know something. As I think all of you out there have probably found, just hoping something is true isn't good enough. So with the spirit science thing, I wanted to just say that people who have watched it, you know, and believe it, you know, give it a little bit of leeway and realize that, you know, within a 2-hour show where they're talking about everything in life, you're bound to get a few things wrong, and perhaps misinterpret. But a lot of this, they say, is speculation and based on ancient texts and that they don't know. And I mean, you hear that in a lot. And that's kind of what the root of what I wanted to get out was, it's okay to say you don't know. It's okay to say we just don't understand where this comes from or how it unfolds. You know, sure, the universe. You know, at one time we thought that geocentricity. We thought that the Earth was at the center of the universe. You know? We were the center of everything, and then we found out that we're nothing special. There are other planets, and guess what? Our star is just one star among many. And then, you know, that star, those stars are within a galaxy, which is one galaxy among many. And then you take it to the universe, which only would lead you to believe that we're one universe among many. That is the mind-blowing kind of stuff that you can't fathom. We can't fathom. That things cannot end. Nothing can end, and nothing can begin. That everything is a cycle. It's wheels within wheels within wheels. Daily cycles, momentary cycles. It's there's no there's no maximum size to the universe, and there is no minimum size. And that's one of the most difficult to understand things, is how small can something be? You know, you can take an atom and, you know, break it down to subatomic particles. The word particle is just part of something. We don't understand what a particle is. We don't even know what particles are. It's just a word to describe something that we can't see. So you start reducing those particles, and, you know, I know this sounds kind of off the subject of the video. It's just, these are the kind of subjects that they deal with in spirit science. Stuff that just makes you go, wow, you know. And so I just want to give props to the guys who make it for putting their, you know, sticking their neck out there and doing it, because it's hard to compile information, and it's hard to find out where the information originally came from. I don't know how many times I've seen a video on YouTube that, you know, claims something to be fact, and then I started tracing it back, and they say, well, I saw it here at this video. Oh, I read it on this page. And when you trace it all back, it goes down to just one cheesy web page that somebody put up with some information that they declared to be correct, that nobody else had confirmed at all. And we want to believe that so much, because it's easier to understand something than to continually try to analyze it. And I'm over analytical, but, you know, I don't know if it serves me well, but I think it makes life a little more interesting. Anyway, if you haven't seen Spirit Science, check it out, and hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to leave you with some flowers.